This is part 2 of Indian Polity Previous Year Questions 2017. In case you haven't watched part 1, the link is in the description. So far we have seen 12 questions in part 1. In this, we shall see the remaining. Moving on with the next question. The main advantage of the parliamentary form of government is that option A, the executive and the legislature work independently. Option B, it provides continuity of policy and is more efficient. Option C, the executive remains responsible to the legislature. Option D, the head of the government cannot be changed without election. And the correct option is option C. This is a straight definition-based question, but a little strange in itself, as this is the second question based on the definition of parliamentary form of government. Coming back, parliamentary form of government, also known as cabinet government or responsible government, as the name suggests, is responsible form of government where the Council of Ministers, that is, the executive remains responsible to the legislature. Next question. In the context of India, which one of the following is the correct relationship between rights and duties? Option A. Rights are correlative with duties. Option B. Rights are personal and hence independent of society and duties. Option C. Rights, not duties, are important for the advancement of personality of the citizen. Option D. Duties, not rights, are important for the stability of the government. And the correct option is option A. Please bear in mind that we must select the most appropriate option in the Indian context. And in the country, for each right enjoyed by the citizen, there is a corresponding duty imposed upon the state to honor such right. Thus, rights and duties are the two sides of the same coin and therefore are correlatives. And thus, out of the four, option A is the most appropriate. That is, rights and duties are correlatives. Moving next. The minds of the makers of the Constitution of India is reflected in which of the following? Option A, the preamble. Option B, the fundamental rights. Option C, the directive principles of state policy. Option D, the fundamental duties. And the correct option is option A, the preamble. The Constitution maker certainly would have applied their minds in the entire Constitution. Therefore, something which reflects their minds must have been a summary, a gist of the entire Constitution, which is nothing but the preamble. Also in Berubari case, Supreme Court referred preamble as the key to the minds of the makers of the Constitution. Next question. The Parliament of India exercises control over the functions of the Council of Ministers through 1. Adjournment motion. 2. Question hour. 3. Supplementary questions. Select the correct answer using the code given below. Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 and 3 only. Option C, 1 and 3 only. Option D, 1, 2 and 3. And the correct option is option D, 1, 2 and 3. As all the three are devices of the parliamentary proceedings to exercise control over the executive by the legislature. Moving next. For election to the Lok Sabha, a nomination paper can be filled by option A, anyone residing in India. Option B, a resident of the constituency from which the election is to be contested. Option C, any citizen of India whose name appears in the electoral roll of a constituency. Option D, any citizen of India. And the correct option is option C. Fairly simple and straightforward. The idea here is to choose the most appropriate option, which is option C in this case, as option B is eliminated with Honorable Prime Minister Modi as an MP from Varanasi. Option D is eliminated with the toddler as the citizen. And lastly, A is eliminated with any immigrant, such as Rohingya, residing in India. Next question. One of the implications of equality in the society is the absence of option A, privileges. Option B, restraints. Option C, competition. Option D, ideology. And the correct option is option A, privileges. This is fairly simple, as one of the implications of equality before law is that no man is above law. That is, absence of privileges to any person, making option A as the correct option. Next question. Which principle among the following was added to the directive principles of state policy by the 42nd Amendment to the Constitution? Option A. Equal pay for equal work for both men and women. Option B. Participation of workers in the management of industries. Option C. Right to work, education and public assistance. Option D. Securing living wage and humane conditions of work to workers. This is a question purely testing our memory and also indicating that before some of the important amendments and their outcomes must be memorized, especially 42nd being one of the most important among them, as it is also known as mini constitution. Here the correct option is option B, as participation of workers in the management of the industries was added. Next question. Which of the following statements is correct? A. Rights are claims of the state against the citizens. B. Rights are privileges which are incorporated in the constitution of a state. C. Rights are claims of the citizens against the state. D. Rights are privileges of a few citizens against the many. And the correct option is option C. Let's understand this with option A, which says, rights are the claims of the states against the citizens. This is simple. Who of the two, either the citizen or the state, would claim the right to freedom of religion? A citizen indeed would claim her right to religion against the state. Therefore, the statement C, that is the rights are claims of the citizens against the state, is correct. And if you have found this video helpful, then do not forget that the right to give a like to the video is completely yours. Next question. With reference to the Parliament of India, consider the following statements. Statement 1. A private member's bill is a bill presented by a member of Parliament who is not elected but only nominated by the President of India. Statement 2. Recently, a private member's bill has been passed in the Parliament of India for the first time in its history. Which of the statements given above are correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. And the correct option is option D, neither 1 nor 2. Any MP, other than a minister, is a private member, and hence the bill introduced by such a person is called a private member bill. Therefore, statement 1 is wrong. With that, we eliminate option A and C. In a case such as this, it is always advisable to choose one of the remaining options, even if one is not able to zero down upon the correct option, as the probability of securing positive marks is significantly higher. Coming back, statement 2 as well is incorrect, as so far only 14 private member bills have passed, with the last bill being passed only in 1970. It has been a general trend that whenever something static is asked, it is asked with reference to some current occurrences. This question appeared in UPSC Pre, as a private member lately then had introduced a bill for transgender rights. However, government later brought its own bill for transgenders. Local self-government can be best explained as an exercise in option A, federalism. Option B, democratic decentralization. Option C, administrative delegation. Option D, direct democracy. And the correct option is option B, democratic decentralization. Local government in India is best described by Panchayati Raj. And when Balwant Rai Mehta Committee was formed in late 1950s, it recommended scheme of democratic decentralization, which ultimately came to be known as Panchayati Raj. Therefore, option B is the correct option. Moving next, consider the following statements. With reference to the Constitution of India, the directive principles of state policy constitute limitations upon 1. Legislative function. 2. Executive function. Which of the above statements are correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. And the correct option is option D, neither 1 nor 2. DPSPs, as the name suggests, are directives and are not enforceable, as mentioned under Article 37. Therefore, do not constitute any limitation whatsoever this far. By this far, I mean there's always a scope of judicial interpretation. But this far, that's the case. Therefore, D is the correct option. However, had there been fundamental rights instead, C should have been the correct option, as fundamental rights are enforceable under Article 32. Alright, With that, we wrap up all the 22 polity questions of UPSC pre-2017. Do let me know your score and thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.